Hey everybody, welcome back to Prepper Junkie. Today I'm very excited to go over with you a FNX-45 tactical chambered, obviously in 45 ACP. And thank you for one of my viewers for sending this in for me to review. Greatly appreciated. So this is not my gun. So yeah, I've been going through the review process, shot it a bunch, and so yeah, let's go over it. So as I said, it's chambered in 45 ACP. Let's get the capacity out of the way. It's a 15 round mag, and you can have one in the chamber. So you can have up to 16 rounds in this firearm. That is a lot of capacity with 45. So that's very cool. Now, even though that is a lot of rounds for a 45 in that mag, the grip is still doable. I have medium-sized hands, and it still feels comfortable in the hand for me. I do like that. This grip tape does not come with it. The person who owns this did put this on, so I'm not sure how it feels without it. I can only go on with what I have here. It does have the FN logo on either side, and yeah, it does feel good. Okay, so let's move on up. Obviously, it's got a slight cut out of the below the trigger guard here, obviously for getting your fingers up there, and it has a nice little beaver kind of tail at the back here almost, and it sits really well in the hand, very comfortable. Now you may already be able to see this, but let's you have a hammer right here. So this is a hammer fired pot with a polymer lower, and it's a double action, single action. So if you don't know what double action, single action is, double action will be the first time you fire the gun. Let me put that down. So the first pull you do will be a long, hard pull like so. And then once it's fired, the hammer will be back, and the single action will be a short, light pull just like that. And we'll go over the trigger in a little more detail, but that's a double action, single action. Now, if you have fired, or if you have pulled the hammer back, and you're like, okay, you can put it on safe, disengage that trigger. You can carry it like this if you wish. It's up to you. I would not carry this gun with the safety off and that hammer back. That trigger for me is too light, personal preference. Or if you go from, you're like, I want to go back to the double action, you simply push down on, again, either side, because this is completely ambi. You can push down and it will push that's the decocker, and it will put the hammer back. Up for safety, down for decocker. So very cool. Also in the grip here, we also have an ambi mag release, obviously on each side, like so. The one thing I have noticed is that the mags don't always drop free. Like I just pressed it like so, and so sometimes I have to give it I have to take it out. They don't always drop free, and that could just be because of the sheer size of the capacity in that mag in this small frame. It's not a deal breaker. I can certainly live with it. And then we have the trigger guard with the trigger. I told you we'll go over into detail and a little more detail in just a second. We do have a slide stop on either side here, and that is obviously ambi also. Now the kind of cool thing with this is the frame actually, it comes out and it protects the slide stop, so you're not going to accidentally knock that or anything like that. I'll do a close up in a second so you can see that, but that's pretty cool. And then so yeah, so that's ambi. The only thing that isn't ambi is your takedown lever right here, and we'll go over taking it down in just a second. And then we have a 1913 pick rail right here, so you can attach your lights, lasers, I don't know, whatever you want. And then moving up, we have the slide, obviously. This is made in a USA firearm. And obviously the color is FDE. Sorry, but back to the slide, we have serrations on the front and the back, so if you want to press check or rack or do whatever you got to do, the serrations are there. It is stamped with FN on here and FNX-45 right here. On top of the slide, this comes with suppressor height sights already, which is really nice, and a suppressor barrel, which we'll go over in a second. And it comes with the cutout for the red dot already in place also. So it does come with a cover. Obviously we have a vortex on here with a plate, but it does come pre-cut for you, which is also very nice. Getting slides milled isn't super cheap, and it's nice that this comes with it. And again, if you don't want to use it, it does have a cover. So there is a cover that's on there, and you take that off to put this on. So if you don't want to run it, that's fine. You don't have to. Now, obviously, with the suppressor height sights, they're designed so you can see over the base of this red dot, but also if you're running a suppressor, the idea is that you will be able to see over the suppressor and use these sights to get on target. Now the barrel, as I said, has thread protector on the end here, so it is designed ready to go right out of the box. for suppression. Again, you don't have to. You can just leave your thread protector on if you want, or you can take it off and screw on your suppressor, just like so. Okay, cool. All right, well, let me change the camera angle. I'll put this down on the table. We'll go over the trigger a little bit more detail, and then we'll show you how to take it down, and I'll be right back with you. All right, let's go ahead and do the pull weight here. So obviously make sure you're empty. I still have the mag in. And we'll start with the double action. Now I told you it is a long, heavy pull, so let's see what this comes out at. So make sure we get that there. And that came in at just under 10 pounds, which I believe. I believe it. And then let's do the single action. Let's do the pull weight here. And that came in at just under 3.5 pounds, which is consistent with what I've been getting in previous pulls. So the trigger's pretty decent, the pull weight at least. So let's do the actual pull and tell you how it feels. So with the double action there, you have to put quite a bit of weight on this to move this trigger, which makes it nice for carrying. You're definitely not going to accidentally discharge this firearm. But it's a long, heavy pull. It's smooth, but that is a long, heavy pull. It's not the most enjoyable than the first shot that way. Okay, so single action, it's shortened, and it's a lot lighter. It's got a little bit of take up, and brake. The brake is pretty clean, pretty crisp, and tactile. Reset is the same, and you'll notice on the back of the trigger here there's a little dimple. That is basically to stop over travel on the frame right there, so that's what that's for. All right, so let's take this gun down and have a look at the internals. Now to do that, you're going to pull the slide back. I'll do it this way, and then you're going to put the slide lock up, push the tab down, pull the slide back, and let it go forward. Obviously that takes it off. You know, this is just it just looks the same. All these polymer lowers, to me, they look so similar. And then we have a guide rod and guide spring, and then we have the barrel. This gun is filthy, as I say, it is not mine, and I have been shooting it today, so it hasn't been clean for a little bit. But you take your thread protector off, and then you're going to slide out your barrel like so. And there's your basic disassembly. And obviously to reassemble, you're just going to put everything back in reverse, barrel in, then you put your thread protector back on, like so, all the way on, and then take your guide rod, put that back in, and push that down, put your slide back on, and then to put it back on, you're just going to pull it to the back again, to the rear, lock it in place, push that tab up, let the slide go forward, and you can either use your decocker or you can fire the trigger to do your function check. All right, now we're back together. Let me change the camera angle one more time and I'll be right back with you. All right, let's talk about shooting it. I had a blast. You see it in the video. I shot a couple 100 rounds through it of ball ammo, zero issues, no malfunctions. And again, that's been indicative of how this gun's functioned with, as I say, the person who's lent it to me has never had any issues with this firearm. I really do like FN. They make some great quality products. There's a lot of features to really like on this with all the ambi features, the double action, single action, the MOS cut, the night sight suppressor's already on there, the threaded barrel. There is a ton of features on this gun. But with a ton of features comes usually a high price tag, and this is, it's not super high, but it's not, I mean, it's not cheap. No, it is high. You're talking about $1,200 or $1,300 for this version with the tactical version. Is it worth it? Up to you. I think it is. I think I think for what you're getting, there's a lot to really boast on here. So yeah, very, very cool. Happy days. I do recommend it. As I say, it is a little expensive though, but yeah. All right, link is in the description if you wish to buy one of these. And if you haven't hit that like and subscribe button, please do so. It does not cost you a dime, but it really does help me out, and I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And yeah, that's it. Until next time, folks, I'll catch you later.